we also have the uniforms and lost on the for women's team.
开始。
Later.
完了，还5分钟。7点钟下班吗？不是中国队吗？妈，老人下来了。老人干嘛？不拍了。我吃。我帮你吃。这样我不拍韩国队了，我就看中国队。我在1号就来。
So the battle for Asia is right now. You have Shanghai's Love and Thunder and Team ROK from Korea. This is the men's championship game at the 2025 Ningbo Flag Football Open. For Corb Villarreal, I am Steven Gonzalez, and we see on the field right now the captains for each team meeting with the refs, understanding the criteria to compete. It's Corey Webb and Fred for Love and Thunder, and for ROK, it's their quarterback Juwon and Xiang Ro Wee, their defensive captain.
And just a few minutes ago, the refs clarified that on each team, only one player can talk to the refs, as there has been a lot of chatting and talking with refs and many people coming at the refs with their ideas and their opinions. The refs trying to control this game early, as we know this Love and Thunder team is ready to ball and ready to chop it up if they need to.
And so for Love and Thunder, we all already know, if you've been watching the live stream previously, who that talker is going to be. Of course, it's going to be their captain, Corey Webb, who plays wide receiver, plays defensive back, he plays quarterback, and he doubles as chief negotiating officer for this Love and Thunder team.
Corey Webb, one of the veterans on this team, him and Will Frazier have had a special connection all weekend, and expect to see a lot of Corey Webb, barbecue chicken, and Will Frazier in this game.
So for Love and Thunder, from the minute this tournament started, we knew that they were one of the favorites to be in this game. And for ROK, who are going to start on offense, this is a little bit of a storybook for them right now. And they are trying to seal the deal as we get started with the action. A completion onto that near side to Ju-Yeon Kim. So for ROK, Corb, really in past international tournaments, they've been finishing third, they've been finishing fourth, and they have put a squad together who is making a run right now for the championship.
Yeah, it's been impressive to see this Korea's team in this tournament. They've won a lot of close games, and they play really well together.
So we got a deep shot here. They're looking for their man Q. It's just overthrown. So that's going to give us an opportunity to talk about this ROK offense. Of course, we have the battery. We got the captain, quarterback, Juwon. That's Juwon Kim. And he's joined back there by his brother, who is his center, Ju-Yeon Kim. So the battery for ROK are brothers. They like to put Yoon Chan. So Yoon Chan Jung is one of their slot receivers, and they often mix having Q and Young O on their outsides. So Juwon back at the gun here. Looking, firing, and it's almost intercepted by Love and Thunder Yang, number 30, who plays the up linebacker for them. Real nice read on his part.
Yang's been busy all weekend. He plays that center part, linebacker, I would call him, very well. Nearly gets the interception there. An uncharacteristic mistake there by the ROK team.
So Yang, probably the biggest guy on this Love and Thunder team. He plays offense, he plays defense, he plays everything. And Juwon now back in the gun again. He's looking to the right side, and nobody's home again as the ball bounces incomplete, hits the cameraman in a special spot.
Perhaps a little contact there on the defense as the receiver is trying to get open. Yeah. Right on cue. The defender clipped the receiver running his route, and that's going to be defensive pass interference.
And with that penalty, wow, first down here for ROK, a huge break for them. And we were wondering, ROK, Corb, usually so accurate, Juwon so accurate with his passes, why he threw to a spot where there was nobody, and it was the interference.
2 passes in a row that were a bit errant. Maybe it's the lights, maybe they see something we don't, but not typical of this ROK team.
So ROK Juwan back at the gun, going deep again. Another interference is going to be called here, this time on the captain, Corey Webb, who interfered with Yun Chan as he was streaking across the field deep.
Perhaps a little gamesmanship here. Perhaps ROK seeing something they can exploit and try to get under the skin of this Love and Thunder team. This isn't typically what we've seen ROK do this weekend, as they normally take the under, the short, and the easy completions, but they've gone deep here a few times here early.
But maybe they've done their scouting report on Love and Thunder and found out that the secondary for Love and Thunder often play both ways, and maybe they're trying to get these guys running here and get them a little bit tired, as we see another flag fly in from the back. This one, Corb, might be called on the offense.
Shielding on the offense, number 11. And what you can see here, Gonzo, is the refs are really putting their stamp on this game. They're not letting it get out of hand. They're controlling the flow and the pace. Game hasn't stopped too much, but we haven't seen this many flags in the first few drives all weekend.
Honestly, you might think it's kind of a good call by the refs to get involved. Usually, and there's a broken tackle there as the throw goes to the left side to Quan, number 11. He picks up about 11. No, we were saying normally the refs would just let them play, Corb, but for one of these two teams, Love and Thunder, they have been involved in a few chippy games leading up to this point, and maybe the refs are trying to set a tone here early. So Juwan's back. He's got number 13, Young O, who he likes so much on that right side, to pick up, and that ball will be spotted at about the 4-yard line.
Nice tackle by Yang there, leaving his feet to make a play and getting that tackle short of the goal line.
That's a great tackle. It kind of reached around the guy's waist to make that one. Beautiful job by Yang. Now we understand why he's starting. This guy can ball. So slot receiver to the right. Juwan takes the snap from his brother. They're looking to the middle, and they have a catch and a touchdown! In the middle, it's Juyeon Kim, the center, brother to brother, and ROK gets up early.
As you stated before the game started, Gonzo, that brother connection here is deep, and he knew exactly where his brother was going to be. Got in the open area. As he cut, the ball was already in the air for a nice timing play and the first score of the game in this final match.
So ROK sets the tone here as they go for 1 point on this extra point. Juwan looking left, and he's got his brother again. Was he in? He was not. It was just short. He went back to his brother, and that one was unfortunately just a little bit short. So it's going to be 6-0 ROK, and we're going to get our first look at Love and Thunder's offense.
And you wonder if the brother-to-brother connection there was thrown off a little bit by Yang, or he just misran his route to get it into the end zone.
So the Love and Thunder offense here steps onto the field. Yes, you see it right. There are 3 Americans for this Shanghai team. As you'll see, Dana Taylor, ooh, a little flip snap. Oh, and the ref stops the play. Did you see that, Corb? Did you see that snap?
Little sidearm.
Dana Taylor looked like he was just going to hand the ball back to Will Frazier, who was directly behind him. Instead, he wrapped his arm behind, flipped it perfectly to Fred, who plays their main QB, and he does it again. And a handoff in front to Will Frazier. And Will Frazier's breaking a few tackles. A flag is thrown.
I think that was a holding play right there on Will Frazier. As you can see, he is dynamic in the open field. He gets low, he starts cutting, he looks, moves left, moves right, dips. Be ready for some great plays by Will Frazier.
So the flag is thrown after about a 13-yard gain. So that's going to add on 5 more. And that's going to give Love and Thunder a first down just past midfield. So Dana Taylor's the center. Michael Pardue and Liang are the wideouts. Will Frazier now settles into the slot. Fred's the quarterback under center. Looks, it's got Pardue, who's got about 5 yards there.
And Love and Thunder, they're content with just taking the short, picking up a few yards, being patient, seeing what the defense is doing. You're going to draw something up here to attack.
So ROK's defense, really the main standout game wrecker is their rusher. It's Gahoon Cho. He really does business. And he's looking to see if he can put some sacks on Fred. As we see a wobbler up in the air, it's thrown and caught for the touchdown. Michael Pardue, Love and Thunder answer back.
Michael Damon Pardue going up and making a grown man catch over the defender falling backwards. And he looks around nonchalantly like, yeah, I do this.
It was kind of an ugly duckly throw from Fred, but when you've got receivers like what they have, Michael Pardue, he can leap with the best of them. He brought it down, and it looks like we're going for 1 point here.
Nice first drive here by Love and Thunder to get on the board, tie it up, see if they can get this conversion for the lead.
So Frazier's the slot man. Barbecue Chicken Corey Webb is going back across, and the pass is defensed by Korea. So the extra point attempt is going to fail, and that was Jongboom Park, JB, with a diving little tip down.
Nice defensive play there to keep this game locked up at 6. Let's see if ROK has some deep plays dialed up here, if they're going to be content with their normal scheme, which is taking the short route.
So for Love and Thunder, yeah, you saw it right. You know it. A lot of their offensive starters stay on the field on defense. So Taylor, Pardue, and Corey Webb are back, and there is a catch on the far side, a big pickup of about 16. That's going to Q, number 33. He's one of their speed merchants, Corp.
Yeah, and credit to this offensive coach. They have drawn up a completely different game plan than we've seen all weekend, taking deeper shots, attacking the flats, and seeming to know what the weaknesses are of this Love and Thunder team.
All right, so Juwan's back in the gun, fires, he's got a catch to his brother again. He's got that connection rolling now. They're going to have a first down and more. The ball will be spotted at the 16-yard line.
ROK making the adjustments on Love and Thunder, really attacking that mid-range out that seemed to be unguardable so far.
So Quan and Young O, the outside receivers. Q in the slot. It goes to Quan. He's got a pickup of about 8 there. That guy covers a lot of ground quickly. It was just a hitch route. But these guys are so fast for Korea. They can cover a lot of ground quickly. These are athletes, track stars on the field for the ROK team.
Everyone does hitches. Hitches is the standard, and this ROK team does it well.
Very few guys can cover as much ground as they do on a simple short hitch. As you see, that ball is intercepted in the end zone by Will Frazier. It was a throw from Quan. Oh, sorry, they were looking for Quan, and Will Frazier undercut that, and he says, track star you? I can run a little bit myself. Picks that ball in the end zone, and a huge turnover there for ROK.
The dynamic playmaker comes up big again for Love and Thunder. An errant throw there by ROK. And Will Smith coming up with a big defensive play there to give the back ball to his offense.
Will Smith, love it. All right, so new center here is Corey Webb. He's getting that ball back to Fred, hands it over to Will Frazier, gets the interception, and they don't even give him a playoff. They go right back to him on the run. He picks up about 7.
Love and Thunder riding that Will Frazier train here. They're just putting their team on his shoulders, and Will Frazier says, yeah, I'm ready for it. Let's go.
Well, if you look at Love and Thunder, they had been putting the team on the back of Corey Webb, who really carried them through the qualifiers. And for those of you who want to know, as Will Frazier falls forward, in China, there are over 80 club teams. And Ningbo opened this tournament up for 4 teams from across China. They had so many teams interested in this tournament, they had to hold a Chinese qualifier. And in a qualifier of about 20 teams, Love and Thunder was struggling early in the tournament, put Corey Webb on their back, and managed to break through and earn this spot, as you expected they would. And so here they are, and now they're in the championship game. Throw from Fred over the right side to Pardue. He's got a short pickup. It's going to be 4th down now and 4.
And Love and Thunder seeming to take a page out of the ROK playbook, content with the short routes and the under, a couple of handoffs, and a little pass out to the flats. You wonder what they're going to dial up here, as it is 4th and about 5.
So Corey Webb is behind Dana Taylor now. Quick throw to Liang, and he's got a 1st down for Love and Thunder to move the chains.
And Love and Thunder so adept at moving players around, putting Corey Webb at center, putting Corey Webb at QB. It's confusing for a defense when you can so easily switch players around, and they can get confused, whereas you can see they didn't know what to do on that play. And Love and Thunder convert the easy 1st down.
So for ROK's defense, the corners are Jun Ho and Yu Qian. Number 3, Seong Rol Wee is the captain. He's right in the middle of the defense. And the safety is JB, as a toss over to the right, completed to Will Frazier for another 5 or so.
And Love and Thunder going right back to Will Frazier, giving his playmaker an opportunity to make a play. Nearly dips through the 2 tacklers. Got by 1.
Quick snap here.
Couldn't get by June.
And they're going back to Frazier. Jeez, Corb, they're giving this guy a lot of work, eh?
Last game. Maybe he's got the most in the tank, huh?
Yeah, they got to empty the tank. You got to believe it's been a dogfight for Love and Thunder to get here. They beat some very good teams. They beat Mexico men to earn this spot. And now they're running on fumes, but they're running hot still. Bunch formation in the middle here. Webb takes the snap, and he throws. He's got Liang for a Love and Thunder touchdown. So,
nice patient drive there by Love and Thunder. Took their time, methodical, rolled the shoulders of Will and Corey Webb there with a nice little flick cross to the back of the end zone to get Love and Thunder up in this game by a score.
A nice steady drive, and the cap by number 11. They call him Liang. He is one of the Chinese members of this Shanghai Love and Thunder team, a standout outside receiver. Extra point, 1 point. They float it up for Liang, and the ball is batted down by Seong Rol Wee. He's the captain, and he ends the extra point attempt.
And Love and Thunder capitalized on the ROK interception with the touchdown. And you want to see what ROK has planned here, as they've been pretty unpredictable in this game plan for this game. Let's see if they take some more shots.
Yeah, so for most of the tournament, we've seen them moving methodically down the field, but in this game, they're looking to take chunk shots, and they've got a huge catch over the middle to Q, over the leaping Dana Taylor, and a big gain there. They're close to 1st down territory. They're spotting the ball at the 20-yard line, so it's going to be 2nd and 5 for ROK.
ROK really exploiting that zone defense, tagging the edges where there's no one. Almost like they swap playbooks.
So Young O and Q, the outside receivers. Yoon Chan going deep, but they're going underneath to Q again. So reliable with those great hands. Q often coming over the middle, and they're confident to throw it to him. He catches everything.
And that's a first down. Great hands there, great catch there. And ROK driving.
So Juwan moving away from his brother a little bit as the game has moved on, getting his other receivers involved. And he goes a quick pass to Yoon Chan, who's going to pick up another 5 yards. That's going to bring up second down and goal from the Love and Thunder 20.
1 minute and 58 seconds left to the half.
So we are now in the 2-minute warning, but we don't really stop the clock at 2 minutes in the first half, so we just keep the game moving.
No, we do actually in playoffs and final.
Oh, excuse me.
And I think both teams still have 2 timeouts.
All right, so Juwan's back in the gun, looking and throwing underneath to his brother. Ju Yan with a reception, another 4 yards is going to bring up third down now, and the ball spotted at the 16-yard line.
And that's something interesting about this tournament, Gonzo, is you've played in a lot of tournaments, and it's interesting how the rules change a little bit every time we play. Yeah. It's hard to keep up with all the rule changes.
We'll talk about that in a second as you see a completed pass on that left side. More yards. It's going to be 4th and goal here from the 7. And, yeah, you're right, Corb, and a lot of times what the tournament organizers will try to do is to speed up the pool games and give more timing to the meaningful games, namely the semifinals and finals, and that's exactly what you saw here. So with a little bit of extra time, a little bit of extra stoppage here, but nothing too major. So a big 4th down here for ROK. For Love and Thunder, they're looking to stand one up. Juwan's looking, and he's got an interception to Pardue. He's got one man to beat. He beats him. It's a race for the end zone. Michael Pardue with an interception. Touchdown score, Love and Thunder.
Michael, Damon, Pardue, I do this. 2 times coming up big. The pick 6 here once he got into the open field. ROK had no chance. Little look back there. Didn't go with the high step, but might as well have. Great defensive play there by Love and Thunder, and Michael Damon Pardue putting his stamp on this game.
Juwan was looking for his brother in the middle, threw a little bit late and behind, and right into the eager arms of Pardue. He beat the quarterback, and then it was sayonara from there, man. So that score puts Love and Thunder up by 2 scores. And they're calling a timeout here. And for ROK, a very big mistake with under 2 minutes left. But they're going to get one more drive here, Corb. It's going to be very little time, but let's see if they can move the ball down.
Yeah, and ROK have been driving the ball. They've been hitting those deep outs and moving consistently, but they've had problems when they've gotten close to the end zone and haven't been able to punch it in, and in fact have been turning it over. And Love and Thunder have been taking advantage of those mistakes and turning it into points. Yeah. So far the difference here are the turnovers and the points off turnovers.
Yeah, so perhaps getting a little bit too predictable. They've gone to the center, Ju Yan, 3 times now in goal-to-go situations. And Love and Thunder defenders, these guys are smart. They probably thought that Juwan would look to go back to his brother, and Pardue in perfect position. So for Love and Thunder right now, Corey Webb is back. He takes the snap for the extra point attempt, who gets it back to Pardue, dances around, tries to create space, looks downfield, throws for Liang, and that ball is batted down, and extra point is incomplete. That was JB on the pass deflection.
Great pressure there by number 5, Ga from ROK. And Michael Pardue didn't really have a chance, threw it up, and they knocked it down for no points in the conversion.
So we talked a little bit about Love and Thunder's journey to get here. They beat the Titan Mexico men's flag football team. Team ROK has an interesting day. They have played the California Curry Bombers, a 7-man squad out of, you guessed it, California, and they tied them in their first game and then beat them by 1 point in the semis. As you see, a deep ball throwing here, well overthrown on first down.
Wow.
We're looking to see how close this is to the half.
He had 2 guys open deep there. Maybe that was the last play. Okay, no, it's about 30 seconds left, 33 seconds left. Not the right read on that play, as he had a couple of guys streaking down the sideline wide open, and you wonder why Love and Thunder wasn't in position for that, as they know they're going to have to take a shot here.
So Juwan has the familiar receivers in. He's got Quan, he's got Young O, and he's got some guys going deep, but the ball is again overthrown. And
Konzo getting a little action on that ball.
I was looking, but Liang, who bodies me by quite a lot, he smacked the ball in front of me.
Hey, nice play, bro.
I didn't touch it. It was Liang.
Okay. It almost got taken out.
Nice. So for Korea, they need the first down here. They need to stop the clock. The clock right now is stopped on that incompletion. It's 3rd down here. And Juwan's probably looking to dial up the launch codes. Let's see what they bring.
Yeah, they need to hit one of those deep crossers like they've been doing all early drive, just like
They're
that.
over that. Whew. His center, his brother, slipped on the route, Corb. And that ball was again almost intercepted by Michael Pardue. You don't see.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say you didn't see it on the screen there, but his brother did lose a step.
Well, what you did see there is Michael Pardue pulling up there and not getting that contact penalty, which has happened a lot earlier in this tournament. And this Love and Thunder team, these Americans are adjusting to play here with flag football in Southeast Asia.
All right, 4th down here. Expect to see some airmail, and you're going to see it. And that ball is thrown to the sideline, again looking for the center, and again incomplete. So Love and Thunder standing up on defense.
And they get the ball back for one more shot.
Maybe 1 or 2 more plays. Let's get an idea of the clock.
Anytime you got Corey Webb and Will Frazier on your team, and not only that, you know, they got Michael Damon Pardue, they can score on any given play.
16 seconds, Corb.
So what are you calling up here with 16 seconds?
They're going to get Corey Webb. They're probably going to get him dancing around a little bit, see if he can create some space. Nope, they're just going to get a quick out there to Pardue, who comes over close to us. And that
Smart
probably
play.
killed about 3 seconds.
Took 2 or 3 seconds off there. Probably going to do it again.
So what they're thinking right now, if you're barbecue chicken, you don't want to throw a Hail Mary the length of the field. You'd like to get yourself a little bit closer. He's got an arm, but nobody wants to throw a 55-yard bomb.
Maybe a little trickery here.
So Corey Webb talks to Liang, throws it out to his slot man, Pardue, who's racing to the sideline, and he does get out. He picks up about 11, actually, on that crosser.
Smart play, but took a lot of time off the clock, running east and west on the field to pick up a couple extra yards.
Yeah, you could see Pardue kind of debating in his mind whether he wanted to go upfield to try to get the first down, but he decided against it and just ran out of bounds, but all the way across the field. So Corey Webb throws to his center, Young, and they've got a first down and a stopped clock. Oh, Love and Thunder, savvy playing here by them, Corb.
Great play call there, as the defense going to assume that you're going to go to the sides and try to get out of bounds. But Love and Thunder smartly picking up the first down on that wide open center part of the field. And they got a first down here with probably a couple shots at the end zone.
These guys are turning 16 seconds into 2 days. And Corey Webb kneels it, or gets it over to Pardue, who kneels it. Looks like a timeout is called on the field. We're going to get another eye on the clock.
Seems like there was a little miscommunication there, as Corey Webb was telling Michael Pardue to get to the center of the field or up more, but they're going to have to take a shot here nonetheless.
So, Corb, they are, because there is 1 second left. This is the last play.
I'm almost sure you're going to see some double quarterback action here. Extended play. It's going to end in a Will Frazier jump ball.
You know it. He reads
For a
them like
touchdown.
a book. Corey Webb's back. He's got barbecue chicken going up, and they're throwing the jump ball, which is batted down, but there is a flag in the end zone.
Great
Let's see.
defensive play there by ROK. Let's see what the flag is.
ROK has been so good batting down those balls in the end zone. And as teams walk off to their sideline, we see that the flag has either been against the offense or just waved off. So that will be the half, Corb. And it's been all Love and Thunder so far. They're up 2 scores.
Yeah, the game's definitely been about the turnovers that ROK have thrown, the interceptions in the end zones, the pick six. ROK has looked good early, and they've drive the ball well, but when it comes to them getting close to the end zone, they've made some costly mistakes that have led to some Love and Thunder touchdowns. And Shanghai LT up by 2 scores here going into the second half.
So if you're ROK right now, Corb, what kind of adjustments are you looking at as you move into the second half?
You know, flag football is an offensive game, and 2 scores isn't a lot to overcome. So they should actually stay right in their game plan and keep doing what they were doing well in the first half.
They did succeed when they were stretching out the Love and Thunder defense. They had some success early on deep balls, and of course they run those beautiful intermediate range crossers. So let's see how Korea adjusts, but guess what? It's Love and Thunder who step out onto the field on offense. So Love and Thunder going back to their base package. Fred back under center. He's got a completion to Pardue on the far side, a pickup of about 5.
And Love and Thunder content to milk this clock. Just run their short offense, their short plays until something opens up, as the clock is their friend and they want it running.
So if you're just joining the broadcast, we're just getting started in the second half. This Love and Thunder team comprised of gentlemen from United States of America and China. 3 Americans on the field right now for Love and Thunder. The quarterback from Shanghai gets it off to Will Frazier in the middle, who really drops the hips and picks up about 10.
For being a tall man, Will Frazier can get low. A man was scraping the floor right there. And spectacular athlete as he dips through there. Makes a nice play on second down.
Yeah, so we talked about these 3 Americans. They really are professional flag football players. They travel around, and most of them just play flag football most for a living. And so Pardue here, another American, is going to get what looks to be a first down for Love and Thunder. They are spotting it just past.
Yeah, they're like professional flag footballers traveling to play flag football in other countries. They just recently played in another tournament, and they did very well in that one as well. And here they are putting flag football on the forefront of the Chinese flag football teams.
And so for ROK, to talk more about them, they are a compilation of players from Bayam and the Ligers, two very well-known clubs out of South Korea, and this is their best. And man, these guys can ball.
And like you said, Gonzo, recently Korea hasn't done so well in tournaments, but you can see they've figured out a formula here to get to the finals, as they've had an impressive run in this tournament to get here with consistency and execution throughout the entire weekend.
Yeah, that's right. So 4 Americans now on the field now for Love and Thunder as Dana Taylor checks in. And there's a throw over the middle to Pardue, who's got a catch, and a Love and Thunder touchdown! They go up by 3 scores!
Michael Pardue saving the baby with one hand. Don't let
Flag
that
on
baby
the
touch
play,
the ground.
on the field.
I'll take that.
They're going to
I
call
do
it
this.
unsportsmanlike on Michael
Excessive
Pardue,
celebration?
probably. I think so. As for Love and Thunder, they're running away with this one now. These Americans on the field are all former U.S. national team players. They're joined by a supporting cast of gentlemen from Shanghai, and Fred, who plays quarterback, and Liang, who plays receiver, are the Shanghai knees on the offense. Yang, who is checking in now for Will Frazier, Meng, the rusher, and Tree, who also comes in on defense, are also from Shanghai. So it really is a compilation squad, but these men are well experienced, Corb, well disciplined, and on this extra point attempt, can you believe they're coming from the 20-yard line?
Well, when you throw the ball up in the air, you get penalized for it. It's unsportsmanlike conduct, but for this Love and Thunder team, this is something they do with their eyes closed. However, unable to convert here.
So ROK, the hour is starting to get late for them. The clock reads 7:38 p.m. local time. And for Juwan, he wishes he could probably rewind by about 45 minutes.
Yeah, they haven't played like this all weekend, and you got to be wondering how their psyche is now that they're down in the hole big against a very strong team. And if they can keep executing at the high level they were outside of the end zone plays.
So let's see what they bring here. Q, the motion man, pump fake, and they're going to get it back to Q, who makes an acrobatic catch for about 5 yards coming across the field.
And a great tackle there by Yang Chen, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, I think his nickname
That may be
is Chen.
Tree.
Tree?
Number 412, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay,
but we'll
thank
get
you.
we'll get a an identification on him right now.
Yeah, Yang in the middle there, number 30 of 412.
So the throw underneath to the center, they've got him, and Corey Webb.
Corey Webb nearly taking a charge there.
He really sold it, but no call for the refs. That was right in front of us. I think it's a nice no call.
No lay flop. I think he actually
No
took
flopping.
a pretty good little shot there.
Yeah, he's still trying to act. I mean, nothing is taken for granted by Love and Thunder here in the finals. They're still going to try to get every edge they can. As we're going to see a third down play here. It's going to be 3rd down and 8. The ball currently is spotted at the 17. So Juwan right now way back in the gun, and they're going to go to double receivers. Oh, sorry, double quarterbacks, but they're not. They're going to the center, and he's got a big catch! And a okay touchdown! Julian with a big catch on that right side, spun away from the tackle and found himself alone in the end zone. Uh-oh.
And Corey Webb experiencing some kind of pain in his left hand. Looking down at it, holding his hand. It might be...
Oh, the medic is calling over. Excuse us.
serious
we
for
believe
his
that Corey
hand.
Webb may have
He's walking around here.
something wrong with his left hand as he's right in front of
Medics
us
are
on the
looking at Corey
sideline.
Webb's hand here.
And we're going
He
to have
might
to
have
continue
jammed
with the
it.
game as we see Corey Webb really in pain, but there's an extra point attempt about to unfold. So Yun Chan is the slot receiver to the right, and the pass falls incomplete. But with that, we can get a chance, Corb, to talk about Corey Webb. And we believe that he might have a broken left wrist. He's right behind Corb right now, walking onto the stretcher.
Translate for Corey. Translation, please.
And unbelievable. We have action on the field, but we have a seriously injured star for Love and Thunder. Their captain, their heart and soul, is really nursing something major right now behind us on the sideline. So Corey Webb is out. There's commotion behind the press booth. And for Fred, he's just buying time. He's going to take a snap here, pitches it forward to Will Frazier, who's dancing, dipping, and he's still got his flags. And he's going to get all the way up to the 22-yard line.
Another injury on the field
Webb,
here. Looks like
chicken.
another wrist injury.
Oh, no, another
The doctors
injury.
are looking at Corey Webb behind us. Will Frazier dropping it to the floor.
This is JB now coming off the field for ROK. He's a heart and soul player for the ROK defense. He's made a number of deflections here. So we have injury action. We have injury action on both teams right now. 2 hand-related injuries. 2 players are going to be sitting on the stretcher behind us. And you hear spray on the mic.
A lot of action behind us.
So unfortunately, that brings a little bit of a sour tone to this men's final here at NBFO 2025. We're going to try to get back to the action as Love and Thunder pick up a first down here on a little pitch play to Will Frazier.
And Love and Thunder going to a conservative game plan here. They got a 2-score lead. They just need to run this slow, methodical drive, run the clock out, and hopefully punch it in to seal the deal as their star player, Corey Webb, is being tended to by the medical staff, and you hope he's okay, but it looks like he took a serious injury to his wrist on that deflection of the touchdown by ROK.
We are hoping the injury is not as serious as we think, but we will get you an update on Corey. He's still laying down now on the stretcher. That's what they have for the players. So stretcher is nothing to signify that it's a very major injury, but it is an issue with his wrist. And for Corey Webb, I believe he is now going to be carted off the field as the medical team wants to take another look at him and just tend to him.
He might have a broken wrist.
But we don't want to speculate too much. We don't know. We're not doctors.
We're not doctors, but they are taking him to the hospital. And a good thing for Love and Thunder is they've had Liang playing quarterback this weekend in several games. So he's ready to go and pick up this team and put Love and Thunder on his back and make these good, safe plays to keep the clock running.
And so with them up now by 12, they still have the game in hand. And the job right now for Fred is just to run the clock out. Keep the train moving in the absence of his co-captain and see Love and Thunder to a championship. Fred's going to launch one, float it in the air, and knocked down by Yu Chan, the defensive back for this ROK team.
Great play there by the ROK team, not giving that ball a chance. You had 2 defenders in the same area, and Liang Fred here probably wants to get the ball to his playmakers and keep running this clock.
So you're seeing now that Michael Pardue is probably going to step a little bit into Corey Webb's enormous shoes, as Michael Pardue has started coming into the backfield as a possible double quarterback option. These Americans are very versatile, and but losing your star player in the middle of the championship game is hard. So here's Dana Taylor now running with the ball. He's floating it high. He's got a man, Leon Moss, for a touchdown. Love and Thunder strike again.
Dana Taylor II stepping in cold and flicking a nice little dart to the back of the end zone to get the Love and Thunder up by 3 scores as they miss their star. Corey
These
Webb.
Love and Thunder players are so dynamic to a man. And Leong, we mentioned his great size. He's the tallest man on the roster. He went up Corb and high pointed that ball for a relatively easy touchdown.
For all you receivers out there, that's how you attack a high ball.
All right, Taylor now, and there's going to be a false start here on the extra point attempt. So that's going to push Love and Thunder back to the 10-yard line.
And what a great substitution there by the coach, getting Dana Taylor II in there because he was ready for that moment. He's been here hundreds of times, and he made that look easy. And that was a pretty critical score for Love and Thunder here as they are adjusting their roster, and ROK was making some stops.
All these Americans do is play football. They can play any position. They can fill in where needed. And so a double quarterback here on the extra point comes, and it is a tipped ball. Very nicely done by Yucheon Park. He was coming across and just got that ball up out of the reach of the intended receiver.
Great defensive play there. And ROK has their back up against the wall. We'll get a look at the clock here and figure out how much time is left, but I don't think there's enough time for them to come back unless they get a quick score and a quick turnover. We got about 7 minutes left here. Thank you, Gonzo, for running over and checking.
My pleasure.
They're going to have to score quickly here as the clock is their enemy.
So let's see what ROK does. They are well aware of the situation on the field. The offense has had a lot of time to reflect as that drive for Love and Thunder took a substantial amount of time off the clock.
I think they just sent one of their players to go translate for the hospital for Corey Webb.
Wow, did we get an eye on who that was? It could have been Young, their big center. I think that it was. So Love and Thunder now. No, Young is in the huddle. So Love and Thunder now with 3 new players on defense. In is Tree. Meng is into rush. And Young is in now, trying to get on the same page here as you see a missed tackle by Tree, and he finally recovers again after a 9-yard pickup. ROK is going to have second down here.
Yeah, as Gonzo said, that was a missed tackle by Tree, but what he did do right was he turned that offensive player inside, and he was able to get his defense involved. Smart play by the young player there, turning that play in and taking the sidelines away.
So Tree, who wears the bicycle cap right up to game time, is almost unrecognizable as they're taking a shot deep, and it's going to be, an almost interception by Tree. He got thrown off by Dana Taylor coming across. The ball was in his hands, but he just dropped the pick. So a little bit of a break there for the quarterback. Just gathering myself. A little bit of a break there for Juwan as he threw that ball a little bit too short.
Yeah, and Dana Taylor II knocking that out of Tree's hands. That kid Tree out there reminds me of this kid I know, Mike's Island.
So Tree, when he takes off the cap, he does have that nice little throw. And here we go. Juwan is back. Short receiver to the left. They go to him. That's Yoon Chan coming across. And Tree makes another tackle there. It's going to be short of midfield. So that's going to bring up 4th down now for Love and Thunder.
And if you're Love and Thunder, you don't mind all these short plays. You want them to take a long time to score, if they score. This drive is already ate up, 1.5, 2 minutes, probably only 5 minutes left. Clock is ticking.
So
ROK
the receivers
has to
out
do
wide.
something here fast.
are Kwon and Young Oh. Chan in the slot. Juwon takes it. He's looking to the right. He's got his brother for a tiptoe first down. And that'll move the chains. And it's Juwon to Juyan, the brother-to-brother connection again.
Yeah, definitely one of the best connections we've seen here all weekend. Those brothers really put a lot of time and effort into their connection. It's obvious on the field. Their timing is impeccable, and he's been the most consistent receiver for Juwon on the ROK team.
All right, so first down now for Korea. Same setup, but they flip the receivers. Young Oh now on the near side. Yoon Chan comes back as another quarterback, but they're going to go deep, and that ball is caught by Young Oh for an ROK touchdown.
Exactly what Team ROK needed here, a quick score. And let's see what they dial up for the conversion. They're going to need to get a turnover to make this game closer.
Well, they decided to isolate the outside receiver on Tree, the new cornerback, and they had Young Oh running a post route the entire way across the field. It was man coverage by Love and Thunder, and Tree just could not keep up.
Perfect pass, perfect catch.
So two receivers to the left. They're looking for Yu Chan, and they've got him for an extra point. So ROK, a nice drive there. They get some points, but they're going to need probably a miracle from their defense if they want to really have a chance to come back here, Corb.
Yeah, Shanghai Love and Thunder really in the driver's seat here. They just need to run a smart game plan to run out the clock, not make any mistakes. Try to get a first down, but if you can't, don't force it. You're still up by 10 points. That's 2 scores. So Love and Thunder driving here as long as they don't make any mistakes.
So for Love and Thunder, it's still Dana Taylor back behind center. Chen is the new center, and they throw it to the slot man, that is Will Frazier. He picks up about 7. So Love and Thunder, their job right now is not to go deep. They want the short stuff, they want to keep moving the ball, and they want a first down, but not after a couple of other downs go by and lots of time come off the clock.
Yeah, and you're going to assume that they're going to keep going short here. They want to just keep running down that clock and not make any mistakes. As you can see, Dana Taylor II waiting for the ref to give the countdown, the 25-second countdown to run out all that clock.
Taylor pumps and throws it across, intercepted by Wee! That's the miracle! Oh, wow! Can you believe it? Seong Ro Wee, the defensive captain, with a big interception there. Just what ROK dialed up.
Dana Taylor II has been in this situation many times. He knows he must protect that ball. He wants that ball back. Throw it in the dirt. Throw it away. Can't force that ball there. Unfortunate mistake, but a very fortuitous mistake for Team ROK, who needs to score here.
So Seong Ryul Wee showing why he is the captain of that defense. Coming up in the biggest moments, they're going immediately to Yoon Chan, who is now working with a sense of urgency. He gets out of bounds and stops the clock.
It seems we have hit the 2 minutes. We're going to have Gonzo run over and check the clock. If the ref is signaling the clock stops, there must only be
1:55 left on the clock now.
That's right. Big mistake there by Love and Thunder.
So Juwon back in the gun again, looking to Yoon Chan, firing to Yoon Chan. Ball is in and out of his hands and incomplete.
And the clock stops on that, so we're probably about 1:51.
So
third down here, Gonzo. What are you dialing up?
You got to take a shot to the end zone. You don't have enough time. So we're looking to end zone sidelines right now. Or maybe you throw back of the end zone middle high. Let's see what Juwon thinks. He's going to the sideline end zone, and he's got his brother short and inbounds. Ball spotted at about the 2.
The clock is running here, so you want to see a little more urgency by Team ROK, maybe even going no huddle. But they got their play called here, and here's a quick shuffle coming up here, I assume.
They're going to fake the handoff, fake another handoff, throw across, and it's too high. Intended receiver was Quan at the back right corner, and
that
can you believe
just
it?
about does it. Huge 4th down stop for Love and Thunder to close that door and turn out the lights.
And with so many people in front of us on the sideline, we cannot see the action, and so we're struggling to call it down. But here we have Love and Thunder. Under 2 minutes left, up by 2 scores. It's going to be a running show. And Dana Taylor, I think he was out of bounds when they pulled his flag. That was probably not what he wanted to do.
Yeah, he needs to stay in bounds. Dana Taylor is a veteran player. He knows how to finish this game.
So Taylor subbing in for Corey Webb, who is the injured player. Unfortunately got carted off the field and may not get an opportunity to celebrate with his teammates if they can kill the clock now with around 1:40 remaining.
And if you are out there watching, we will try to get a quick update as this feed ends. I doubt that we'll be able to get any information. We do know that Corey Webb was alert. He was conscious. He was trying to communicate with the medics, so he will be okay. But he was also in a lot of pain, and we do wish him well and a speedy recovery because he has been instrumental for Love and Thunder this weekend.
So Dana Taylor dialing up a deep ball to Will Frazier, and it's just through his hands. They were looking to put the icing on the cake there, and that brings up 4th down.
And you love to hear all the oohs and ahs from the crowd as everyone loves a deep ball. And Will Frazier nearly brought that one in. Definitely wants that one back.
So with 26 seconds left on 4th down, Love and Thunder, look, they know. They know there's a crowd watching. They really, and these are showmen out here. They want to give the people what they want.
Speaking of showmen, Gonzo, you've been incredible all weekend, my brother. As we're winding down here, it's been a pleasure and an honor. You've been amazing this weekend, and thank you for bringing us out here.
Orb, is a great pleasure to be able to call the action here at NBFO 25 with you as we see a sack on the 1-yard line there. Again, it was their captain. So Xiong Ryol Wee making plays on defense, but it is probably too late now for ROK. Maybe they're going to throw up a couple of deep balls. We're not sure.
Yeah, Love and Thunder too much today. Turnovers were the name of the final game for Team ROK. Very uncharacteristic of this team. But the ball-hawking Love and Thunder team were ready to capitalize on any mistake. And they put their team up big. Too big of a deficit for Team ROK to come back from.
Yeah, so to get back to it, Corb, it has been a real pleasure to have you for all the action here at NBFO 25. Can you believe, as you see Q with a jumping catch, Quan with a jumping catch over the middle, can you believe we called 13 games back-to-back yesterday on this here live stream, and today we started at 9, and we are going to end as the clock strikes 8 p.m. It has been an unbelievable tournament. It has been a privilege of ours to watch all the action here at NBFO 25, men and women, and this tournament has not disappointed. From the moment we arrived to Ningbo and were greeted by guests from the tournament staff to the opening dinner with the magicians, the dancers, the footballs being thrown across the banquet hall, to the first day of pool play action, all these amazing teams. to this final men's championship game. It has been quite the experience, and these Chinese organizers sure have put something beautiful on here.
The pageantry, the regalness, the love for the game, football, family, and friendship. What an incredible weekend we've had the honor of being a part of, and you love to see how flag football is growing in Southeast Asia. How lucky are we to be here now, a part of this amazing event. I hope we come back.
Can you believe it? Flag football has brought together over 450 athletes, many of whom are our new friends, many of whom are our old friends, including me and you, buddy, and that is really what it is all about. Friendship is such a big part of our Asian flag football community, and for us, this is just another road on the 2025 circuit. You're going to see us again next month. We're going to be traveling to Korea for the Korean Flag Football International Flag Football Championships. Then we're going to be traveling, or before that, we'll be traveling to Clark, Philippines. There will be the MFL Carnival Cup. There will be a tournament in Bali later on in August. And my, Corb, flag football is growing in Asia, isn't it?
You ever heard of the Turkey Bowl? Hanoi Turkey Bowl? 4th annual Hanoi Turkey Bowl. If you like Thanksgiving, if you like flag football, we out here in Hanoi, Vietnam, we want you to come be a part of it.
Thanksgiving weekend, every year, like clockwork.
2 weeks before.
2 weeks before, excuse me.
Yes, sir.
The Hanoi flag footballers put on a beautiful tournament in their home city, and they always bring the football, they bring the turkey, they bring it all. So that's what the rest of the year is going to look like. And for us, Corb, it is quite possible that we could be back here in Ningbo maybe later on this year with Asian championships coming up this year.
I'm sure my
Ningbo?
calendar's available. Gonzo, it's been a pleasure. It's been incredible. Hopefully we can get a union for this commentating stuff as ROK punches it in here late.
We got a touchdown on the field and a pickup there for Yun Chan.
And these ROK players have been working as hard as we have. It's been an incredible weekend.
So Love and Thunder, their defense, even though they gave up the score, are celebrating. And you know what that means. They are going to prevail. Shanghai Love and Thunder will win the men's championship here at the Shuidu Mountain 2025 Ningbo Flag Football Open. Love and Thunder, the hometown team, will keep the trophy. So a little gadget play here on the extra point. Let's see what Korea's got. They've got again Yun Chan. So a touchdown to Yun Chan late. An extra point for Yun Chan late. And for Love and Thunder, it's time for a victory formation.
Team ROK finishing strong, finishing positive. That is the game. It's been an honor and a pleasure. Thank you for watching out there. Gonzo, man, you slayed it this weekend. And I don't know how you wouldn't be invited back. But, man, I've learned a lot from you this weekend. Thank you for the invite, brother. And, wow, I would say this is one of the highlights of my life.
We really appreciate it. Please follow NBFO.China on Facebook, Instagram. You'll see all of the games that have been live streamed from this tournament there. And for us, for the last time, as we sign off here, Corbett, Villarreal, I'm Steven Gonzalez. Thank you very much. 2025 Ningbo Flag Football Open is in the books. Your men's champions are the Shanghai Love and Thunder. Your women's champions are the Mexico Flag Football Club.
Thank you, viewers out there, for all the likes and the comments. We'll try to get back to you sometime.
Thank you all very much, and good night to you, wherever you may be.